Appian of Alexandria, Roman History, Episode 4. In the previous episode, we analyzed and translated the first part of this very long sentence. We're coming in now halfway through with this ellipsis. I'll give some background after reading the Greek. Kourene te aute, kai marmaridai, kai ammonioi, kai hoitain, mare on eliminain katoikusi, kai he megale, polis hein Alexandros ethek pro Aiguptu, Aiguptos te aute mechri aithi apon ton heoon, ana ton nelon pleonti, kai mechri pelusiu dia thalases. Appian is describing all of the places, he's giving a geography, over which the Romans rule. And he says, Cyrene itself, that's a city in North Africa, and the Marmaridai, this is masculine, nominative, and plural. Although it looks like a feminine ending, it is a first or alpha declension, but it's masculine. And the Ammonioi, and those who, we can tell that this is a relative pronoun and not a definite article, because the definite article is like this. The relative pronoun is accented, like so, or in this instance with a grav, because there's a word which follows. And those who katoikusi, dwell around, or dwell at, tain marion limnain, around Lake Limne, Lake Mariotis. This is a lake in Egypt. I'll show you in a moment on the next slide. And the great megale polis. The great polis or city, here's another relative clause, which Alexander founded. Now, if you look at this word megale, if you're watching carefully, you'll notice that there's actually an error in this Old Loeb public domain edition, and that is there's a breathing mark here, smooth breathing or lenis, when there ought to be an accent. This is the feminine nominative singular of mega, or megas actually, which means large or great, and it ought to have an acute there, not this breathing mark, megale. It is the city which Alexander established. Etheka is the aorist of the me verb tithemi. This is the third principal part. Tithemi theso etheka, and tithemi means to found or establish, which Alexander established pro Aiguptu, in Egypt, or at the top of, perhaps, Egypt. And there is Egypt herself. We can tell from this adjective, this demonstrative adjective aute, that Aiguptos is feminine. And you might also ask yourself why Aiguptos has two accent marks, one here and one here. The answer is that te does not have an accent of its own. It gives its accent back onto Aiguptos, all the way up to the Ethiopians. Ethiopon, remember mekri is a preposition which takes a genitive. The eastern ones, those on the east, that's what this adjective heoon means. This is from the perspective of one who is sailing. Here is the masculine singular dative participle of the verb pleo, which means to sail. So from the perspective, or according to the one who is sailing up the Nile, that is north, ana ton nelon, and all the way to Pelusion. And of course, Pelusiu is genitive, but in Latin it would be spelled like this, Pelusium. And because this city was famous for a certain kind of fermented drink that resembled beer, Pelusium is one of the Latin words for beer. Here you can see Marmarica, the land of the Marmaridai, Hammonii, Lake Mariotis, Pelusium, and of course, Alexandria.